I tell you what, man. Damn, it's hot. Motherfucker, tell you that. I didn't think it was that goddamn hot. I didn't think it was that hot. Man, I feel hot. I'm gonna tell you, man. It's too much crime and crazy stuff going on in the world, man. I'm talking about you can't miss it. You can't miss none of it, man. I'm talking about I sit around and I watch the news all day long, man. They just had a press conference in Memphis. It seemed like every other day they having a press conference in Memphis and they talking about the crime in Memphis, but they really, them people sick of it, man. They tired of people that ain't got nothing to do with the crime ending up, losing their life, man. They tired of innocent citizens getting on the news talking about that they are afraid to go out their house. They tired of that shit, man. And then I say another state is Philadelphia. Philadelphia is so out of control, bro. I'm saying that people ain't ready to shine the light on the real true issue and the real true problem of why crime is so out of control. It's the children. You can't go guide them children that's already been in the streets swinging them hammers and carjacking people and doing things that I couldn't even imagine. You can't go out there and tell them folks, let's build your community center and y'all play basketball. Them folks already gang. Them folks gonna bring their element into any situation. And I was reading the crime statistics of all the dangerous cities in America right now. And I couldn't do nothing but shake my head because they was all black cities and states that had the most death tolls by the hands of young black men. Chicago, Philadelphia, Arkansas, Memphis, Louisiana, Houston. Can't nobody just scream and say, I'm proud to live in a state where ain't number of black folk. Cause they say, well, if you got a state where if all of us together, we ain't gonna have to worry about them problems. Them those states that got the most problems where you got your own kind at, man. Them the states that got all the problems is the problem that your kind live in, man. And them folks also showed that the statistics is so out of control that the average 8 to 14-year-old is already out there in them streets. They already out there in them streets, man. And then they said that the school system reports that the kids are missing out of classes, missing out of school, but then them the same kids that get picked up every day for carjackings and robberies, and them folks slap them on the wrist and tell their parents come get them, man. And people don't understand that these little kids are, I don't understand, man. I don't even think it's a word for it. Cause I used to, when I was growing up, my grandparents used to be like, them little badass kids running around in the neighborhood, but them kids wasn't bad compared to what these kids are, man. Bad ain't the word. It's like they just want to die, or like they can't live, and like they don't want to live. They try every kind of thing that a person making a bathtub or something that a rapper tell them that's good to pop and gonna make them feel good. It's insane. And you can't do nothing but pull your child to the side and tell your child, look, man, don't do that, man. Don't be the next individual that be a problem to the world, man. Don't make me have to choose to pay my light bill. I send you some money in the penitentiary for the rest of your life because I'm going to choose my light bill, man. A lot of people, they don't choose to try hard enough to stop their kids from doing things they have. Man, I remember when I was growing up, man, people used to send their kids all the way across the country to other family members in a whole nother state to try to get them out the environment. They had to send a motherfucker from the city to the country. You know what I mean? That's what they did. It was like a family thing. You had a whole like network of family from different states that eventually one of them folks might take your nutting ass child in, and that might be the best thing for them, man. But nowadays, people sit back and they like, shit, I don't want your problems. I don't need your problems. Because they see that these kids don't listen to their mamas and daddies, and they don't fear the police. They don't fear the police. These young motherfuckers popping at the police, man. They don't care. It's like, what do you expect that's going to come out, that's going to be the outcome when you in a high-speed chase in a stolen car? Are you out here robbing somebody? What you think the outcome going to be? The outcome going to be you either going to the penitentiary for the rest of your life, or you going to try to rob the wrong person and they going to put your ass in a bag, man. They going to put you in a bag, no questions asked. You know, and a lot of people don't understand that when they get that knock on that door, when they get that knock on that door and tell them that they 14-year-old son didn't make it, that's the worst feeling in the world. You gotta think it is, man. But I think a lot of these parents out here be hoping that somebody knock on their door and tell them that their child ain't here no more, because they don't have to worry about nobody talking about their child being out here doing this and doing that. I'm telling you, because I've been around some parents that at one point in time, I used to be like, how they talk to their child like that, how they treat their child like that. Until you get around their child and their child's so disrespectful and talk like they ain't nothing, and you looking at them like, man, damn, you work 2 jobs and you try to do everything you can. And he's like, man, you know, it is what it is, man. And then you look in his eyes and that little young motherfucker walk off with his pants sagging and that hammer hanging out of his pants, and I could look in his dad's eyes like, man, I hope somebody do something to you, boy. I hope somebody do something to you just so I ain't got to worry about you no more. A lot of these folk put a lot of strain on their family members because they can't deal with what they got going on, man. It's got to be hard to be dealing. I got, you know what I'm saying, I got 2 boys and 2 girls, and man, I was blessed enough to only have to go through one situation with one of my children, which he really wasn't in the streets. Because I made sure my kids went to private school. You know, I did everything that they shouldn't do to make sure they didn't have to go through the bullshit that I went through, and make sure they didn't have to go to sleep at night with bullet shots and people outside the windows yelling and shit. You know what I mean? I did what I could and what I had to do. But I had a son, and he did what he wanted to do when he got about 16. When he got a little hair on his nuts, he started acting like he was tough. You know what I mean? One day he came in the house, I told him, man, you can pack your shit and go. And I meant that. You know what I mean? He left. But he don't came back 2-3 times. He's 26. You know what I mean? But he don't learn in life that you can't be disrespectful to the people that tried every fucking thing in the world to make sure that you didn't never have to come on with no lights off, no water off, no food in the house. You got to play any kind of sport and didn't have to worry about wearing some hand-me-downs or something that your coach or somebody bought. Your mom and daddy was at every sporting event on the weekend, even though if I've been out all night kicking it. You was never, ever, my daughters, man, I tell you this, and this was the greatest feeling in the world, and I hold on to this every day. My daughter tell you. My daughters them had a father-daughter dance when they was like, I think like 9, 10 years old at their school, man. I was the only father, black father, in that whole gym dancing with my daughters the whole night. Everybody that was in there was either a granddaddy or a grandparent that was in there with they granddaughters. And I had so many black women and white women and men walk up and tell me, man, you doing what you supposed to do, man. And I felt good about that ever since that day, man. My daughters always be like, man, you been there for me my whole motherfucking life, man. My daughter's like, man, you told me that I shouldn't settle for nothing but the best because shit, you gave us everything in the world. Why the fuck should I go out here and fuck with a nut-ass individual when my dad is a man and he showed me that a man takes care of his household, take care of his kids, and most of the time put them before anybody else on this planet. So why would I go out there fucking with some young motherfucker that ain't got common sense to know that what he doing in life ain't right? You know what I mean? And I be telling my dogs, man, I'm so happy for y'all. And my daughter, she live on her own. She live in Houston. I got one live in California. They grown. And them folks there once in a while, they don't call about no money, man. They call just to check on their daddy, man. They call to make sure I'm good, make sure I'm alive, and make sure that I'm just here. You know what I mean? Most time they call me just to tell me thank you. And I be like, what the fuck you saying thank you for? They be like, man, shit, you been a dad all my life. Shit, I ain't never had a, you know what I mean? People, they friends, they get around their friends and they see that some of their friends don't even know their daddies. Some of their friends ain't talked to their daddies in their whole life. But when my daughter was going to, like, I'm talking about, like, I remember one point in time, my daughter was going to a Beyonce concert, and she wanted to go with, like, 5 of her friends. And I bought my daughter a high-dollar ass ticket. I'm talking, I bought her a high-dollar Beyonce ticket. That motherfucker was damn near $1,000. My daughter, when she was 16 years old, she broke that ticket down and sold that motherfucker and got all 5 of her friends in some seats in the Beyonce concert. I said, why the hell would you do that? She said, 'cause I wanted to share that joy with my friends. She said, as long as I'm in the building, I can smell the same air as Beyonce smell, I'm happy. I said, boy, you my child, boy. You my motherfucking child. You know what I mean? She like, shit, sometimes life is better spent enjoying it with your people that care about you than it is enjoying by your motherfucking self. And she said, you taught me that. I'm like, damn. So a lot of things that people tell their kids and show their kids pick up on that shit, man. That's why I say if you do nothing ass things in the world and foolish ass things in the world, your children ain't gonna do nothing but pick up on that. They're not gonna listen to that do as I say, not what I do type shit. They're not gonna do that, man. They gonna do as they see and say, fuck what you say. You know what I mean? Because it's like being a hypocrite. You know, I understand that a lot of kids get out of control to the point where you have to let them go and let them be who they are gonna be. And then that situation might turn into a whole nother situation. But if you do everything you supposed to do as a parent, whatever happens, that's on them, man. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Because that's just like my mom and dad. My mom and dad did everything they could to keep me from going through certain situations in life, but I still went to the penitentiary. Because I made a decision that I was going to still be out there in the streets hustling and doing everything I could because I wanted to make some money. And I had somebody pop up on me and take something from me, and I wasn't ready to deal with that. I wasn't ready to deal with the reality that somebody took something from me, so I made the most foolish decision that a person could ever make. I took somebody's life about some materialistic shit. And you can believe the whole 15 years I sit up in the motherfucking penitentiary, you can believe every fucking day I regretted that shit. There wasn't enough money in this motherfucking world that I wouldn't have gave them people to give me every day of that time back that I missed. The time I missed with my older kids, the time I missed out here in the world, period. You know what I mean? Waking up every day feeling like, knowing that I'm fucking blessed, man. Knowing I'm blessed. Knowing I'm blessed, you feel me? A lot of people wake up and they be complaining about the smallest things in the world. You know, bills gonna be bills, life gonna be life. But if you doing everything you can, and you should be all right, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I tell you this, a lot of people take on other people's stress and problems. And that's why they have so many stress and problems in their life. It be males and females, but mostly females, man. Females that take a nothing ass motherfucker in and let that motherfucker lay around the house and drive the cars and drop her off at work, and that motherfucker ain't made not a dime. But when she get paid, she'll let that fool get her debit card and go get a sack. And you wonder why you losing your hair and you stressed. That's because you fucking with a nothing ass motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? Eliminate your stress by eliminating people in your life. A lot of people just don't want to be lonely. They scared to be alone. Being alone ain't a bad thing, man. Trust me. Being alone ain't a bad thing. If you happy and you alone, shit, you good. You know what I mean? You can feed yourself. Shit, you can clothe yourself. And if all your kids grown, shit, you really winning. You really ain't got to do nothing. But just be yourself in life. I tell people that every day, man. I ain't got no stress, man, when it comes to things like that in life. I just wish more people would take heed to stop dealing with nothing ass people, man. If a person ain't doing nothing but taking, and ain't giving nothing, you don't expect everybody to put 50-50 in, because some people is not capable of putting 50-50 in when it comes to, cash value. But if you got someone sitting at home, that person should be doing some cooking, some cleaning. I don't give a fuck if it's male or female. If one person going out working, the other one should be picking up on the other things. You know what I mean? Man! Shit, ain't no motherfucking question. Motherfucker better pick up on the situation and know when they being used and push to the side and say, man, I can do this shit on my own. I can be happy. I ain't got to worry about no motherfucker telling me where I can go and when I can go and who I can be with. And I can keep my motherfucking money in my pocket. And that motherfucker gonna be walking. You know what I mean? I don't seen it happen so many times with males and females, man. People get caught up with being in relationships because they friends in relationships, so they all want to get married. They always want to go find them somebody so they can bring them around and say, look at my baby. Look at my boo. Boo kicking her ass when the lights go out. Boo ain't paying no bills in the household. And boo living there for free. You know what I mean? Shit. I wish the fuck I would let a motherfucker live somewhere for free and be, I just wish people wouldn't even do that, man. I've seen it, but I tell you, when you use people in life, eventually that shit come back like a boomerang, like karma, man. It do. I've seen so many people think that they was getting over on individuals when the individual was really getting over on them. Because they had the last laugh, you feel me? You know what I mean? God don't like ugly. God don't like bullshit neither, man. So when you out here in this world and you thinking that you just gonna go lay up in some woman's house and I tell you the worst kind of motherfuckers. How you gonna be living off one woman for free and you out here cheating in her motherfucking car? You got to be the disrespectful motherfucker, man. That go for male and female, man. I ain't understanding how you living off a motherfucker for free and you got the nerve and the audacity to go out in the public and cheat. The fuck? Don't you realize that you the motherfucker that got everything to lose? Shit. Motherfuckers used to holler out, wintertime coming, you better find you somewhere to cuddle up with. Shit, what the fuck you mean? I go cut up in my house, my 5-bedroom house, by my motherfucking self. And if I want to cuddle with somebody, I'll cuddle with a pillow. I ain't finna pay no motherfucker to cuddle with me, and I ain't sure the fuck ain't finna have nobody around me that's gonna depress me or stress me. You see so many people be online holding their eyes talking about, I didn't know that it was like this, and I wish I would have seen the signs that was on the wall. Shit, you should have seen the signs when that motherfucker came over your house one night and knocked you off and brought his backpack and he didn't leave. You should have seen the sign when that motherfucker plugged his gaming system up to your TV in the living room and you came home from work and he was talking about, what's up, babe, what's for dinner? Shit. Motherfuckers better stop inviting motherfuckers to their house, because some motherfuckers go to your house and don't leave. Don't act like they don't want to leave. Shit. Females better stop that shit. Females better start treating these dudes like motherfuckers treat females. Meet them motherfuckers at a hotel room, and if you don't want to never talk that fool no more, you leave that fool in the hotel room with the key. Tell them have a good night. Because that might be the only place that motherfucker got to sleep in the first time he got to sleep in the bed, so you let him have that room and go about your business. People be rushing into relationships. They be rushing into them, man. Motherfucker go lay down with a motherfucker one day, and next thing you know, they laying up in their house with them. Shit. That was one of my biggest fears in life with my daughters, was walking up in their house and some nothing ass motherfucker laying up in there, but then it ain't happened. Because my daughters realized this shit. Man, they wish the fuck they would let some nothing ass motherfucker lay up around them and not pay no bills and think just because they got some good head or good dick, they gonna be able to just sit around. You better believe that shit don't pay no bills. You can't go cock your legs up in the motherfucking light office and tell them charge it to the light company. Shit. You know what I mean? For real. Motherfuckers better realize that. You know what I mean? You could teach it, but some people listening to me right now and they think they said, man, that motherfucker, he telling the truth, man. Some motherfuckers looking at this shit right now, listening to me, and they like, man, I need to go home and put that motherfucker straight out the door right now. I need to text him and tell him if you ain't off the property by the time I get off at 4:30, I'm gonna have somebody there to make sure you leave, man. You've been sitting up in the house eating all the kids' Fruity Pebbles and smoking 3.5s all day while that woman been working motherfucking McDonald's and finna go do DoorDash. What the hell? Better go in there and stop that fool from eating all the kids' Captain Crunch. Motherfucker up in there eating all the food stamps that's meant for the kids. Talking about you finna throw a grill out for your homeboys. Man, what the hell? I wish the fuck I would take food out of my house and feed some motherfuckers in the hood before I feed my kids. Man, what the fuck wrong with you? But I seen motherfuckers call females to get kids and be like, hey girl, how much stamps you got? He ain't buying them. He ain't buying not a one of them. Go over there and pick up $400-500 food stamps. She got 9 kids in the house living in the project. But he finna pull up in the hood and go buy all the steaks and pork chops and feed every D-boy in the project for free. And then when she run out of food in our house, that food talking about, I ain't got no money. I wish I would. I wish people just understand it, man. Don't let people use you, man. Don't let people use you. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, man. Let a motherfucker earn your trust. Let a motherfucker earn the right to come lay in your house. Motherfuckers shouldn't invite motherfuckers to their house all the time anyway, man. I remember motherfuckers didn't used to bring their kids around motherfuckers so they knew they was serious. Now motherfuckers bring their kids around any motherfucker. Motherfuckers calling, motherfuckers talking about, he used to be my stepdaddy about 2 years ago. Your mama wasn't married to that dude. Oh, he was my first stepdaddy. Yeah, I bet he was. That's how them little girls and shit get caught up in them situations because they mama bring all them nutting ass motherfuckers around that they don't even know. And at one point in time, them sick ass motherfuckers looking at the little girl that's 13, 14 years in the house. Now you don't put your child in danger because you want to be with some nutting ass motherfucker that you think is a pretty boy, motherfucker you think might got a little money in the streets. You know what I mean? Then one day your daughter come in there and tell you, I can't believe you didn't stop such and such from doing what he did. Man, come on. I tell you this, I wouldn't bring no females around my sons. When they were young, man, I ain't bring no females around them because you don't know what them little nasty motherfuckers might have on their mind. You know what I mean? I didn't want my sons to be corrupt by no female, just like I sure the fuck ain't gonna let no motherfucker corrupt my daughters. But now you got so many people out here, man, they let people date they children. You hear me say children. You see 30, 40-year-old men dating 16, 17-year-old little girls, 18-year-old little girls. I seen one dude online, he 53 years old, and a woman confronted him at a restaurant because she knew the little girl that he was with, and the little girl was like 19, he 53. He talking about, we two grown ass people. She grown, ain't she legal? Yeah, she legal, man. She legal, but that don't make it right. That don't make it right. You 53 years old, and if you knew that little girl before she was legal, that means you was a pedophile. You know what I mean? A lot of them sick motherfuckers out here, they looking at them little girls talking about, oh, I bet she gonna be bad when she grow up. What the fuck you mean? How the fuck could you look at a child and even imagine anything but that's a child? If I seen a child as a child, that child gonna be a child for the rest of my life in my mind, even if that child 40 years old and I'm 80 years old, man. It's still gonna be a child. You know what I mean? That's like my daughter's 25, 26, 27 years old and shit. But I'm not gonna be messing with now one of their friends. I'm not gonna, even if they went to school with a little girl walk up talking about, you remember that your daughter used to go, your daughter used to go to school with me? That's over. That's over. What else do we gotta talk about? You know what I mean? I'm not doing that, man. That's just some sick shit. That's some real sick and twisted shit when motherfuckers even think like it, man. But then you got these little girls to be online, 18, 19 years old, doing TikToks and Instagrams talking about, I don't want nothing but an older man. If you ain't fought up better, I don't want you. You ain't got daddy issues, man. You got some issues. You want a motherfucker that's old enough to be your granddad, to be your man. You know what I mean? That's some weird shit to me, man. That's weird. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's weird on the female part. That's some weird shit. I tell you, I just don't understand it. But then you got to look at the way that the generations are out here in the world. You got to look at the way that the people are. Everybody out here everybody out here screwing each other, males and males and females. And one day a male love males, and next week he's married to a female, and they keep that cycle of sickness going around in the communities, man. You know what I mean? They keep it going. You know what I mean? That's why it's so much tension and violence and craziness in the world, because don't nobody know who they are. Don't nobody know who they really are. And some of them looking for a reason to go to prison or go to jail because they can actually be who they are. You know what I mean? A lot of these little young dudes out here, they don't want to come out the, you know what I mean, all the way out the closet. But if they go to jail, they can come all the way out the closet, because they'll be talking about, oh, I got a life sentence, man. I can do what I want to do. I've seen it, man. I've been in prison with motherfuckers that use that I got a life sentence to start dealing with men. And I'm like, man, you didn't just start dealing with men. You've been dealing with men. You know what I mean? Ain't no motherfucker talking about, I was in prison, I had a life sentence, and I never in my motherfucking mind thought about dealing with a man. Every time a female guard came around, I was trying to send her to one of my homeboys to get her 200-300 so I can split her ass. And, you know, I got 1 billion motherfucking sexual misconduct write-ups for trying to buy me some cats. You know what I mean? Some of them went, some of them didn't. But shit, it was a better chance than trying to do what them motherfuckers were doing, man. You know, I tell you, man, a lot of these motherfuckers, you walk up in the house, they sitting there, 2-3 dudes, or maybe just 2 dudes. They talking about they playing Call of Duty. But if you put a nanny cam in that motherfucker, you going to catch them young motherfuckers in there kissing and hugging and shit, man. I seen a video online where this girl, she actually did it. She put a nanny cam in her house to see, because she thought her dude, while she was at work, she thought her dude and his homeboy was tossing gas up in her house. Come to find out, he was tossing his homeboy up in the house. Whoa, that's some shit that make you say, God damn. But it's the truth. It's the truth, man. What was that song they used to call? What was that Taylor Swift song where she said she kissed the girl and she liked it? He kissed the boy and he liked it. For real, man. Most of these dudes out here, they be talking about them type of people that's really this open. Because look, I'll tell you this, man. I have no hate towards no one on this earth. Period. You know what I mean? I don't care who you is, man. I don't care what you do, who you sleep with, who you fall in love with. That's on you and God. But the people that actually try to bash the people that's living their life the best way they want to live it, them the motherfuckers you got to ask them questions, man. Them the motherfuckers that at nighttime they sneaking off and they got somebody they sneaking out with that ain't no gab, man. You know what I mean? I think that's why a lot of these motherfuckers, these dudes out here don't be thinking. And they be like, oh man, they just living the life. They living the bullshit life and don't even know it, man. Don't even know it. They think they living a good motherfucking life by waking up, running around, chasing 3.5s, popping fake motherfucking pills and doing chaotic dumb shit. And they think that's living life. That ain't no motherfucking life, fool. You might as well go downtown and live up under the motherfucking bridge and call it a day. You in the way. That's the honest God truth. That's the honest God truth, man. If ain't no motherfucker ever told you. You know what I mean? Man, I enjoy talking to y'all, man. People always say, man, you got to be talking to somebody. I'm talking to the world, man. I'm talking to people that go through the same things I've been through and the same things I'm going through in life. And sometimes some shit that I ain't going through that I just talk about because I know that somebody needs to hear the truth, man. And the truth of the day is don't let no motherfucker lay around for free, and don't let no motherfucker think that you need them when they actually need you. Don't do that. Don't let no motherfucker think that you need them and the only thing they giving you is a little bit of pole or a little bit of cat. That shit come from, man, they got a million motherfuckers that do that. Don't let no motherfucker think just because they kissing you on the cheek that they got the right to punch you on your cheek. Yeah, don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't let them folk do that, man. I see y'all out there in the Raven Nation, Dallas Nation. I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I'm the Bears. But yeah, I try to do inspirational conversations sometimes. You know, you can't always just be toxic. You can't always just be toxic 24/7, 7 days a week. I hear you can't just sit in the building. Shit, you ain't gonna never go nowhere in the world where you ain't gonna find a Kansas City diehard fan, or a Ravens diehard fan, or a Bears diehard fan, or a Cowboy. You gonna find a Cowboy fan in the middle of the motherfucking desert in Arizona. You know what I mean? People love their nations, man. People love their football. You know what I mean? I don't be mad. People love it, man. You know what I mean? I tell people, you know, if you keep up with sports and you love it, because see, most of the time, sports is the only outlet that most people in the world actually get to see this live. Everything else is pre-recorded. Everything else, movies you don't seen. You don't been on Netflix to the point where you don't seen it all, looked at it all on Prime. But when sports pop up like the football, shit. You know it's going to be a game every Monday and Thursday night and every Sunday night. Sometimes Saturday night. You don't care who playing. It's NFL and it's going down. You know what I mean? Shit. They give me something to do. Man, when football kick off, man, I'm at it. Football season mean pop out that grill, pop them motherfucking bills, and man, just enjoy it. I mean, you gonna, man, I'm sure your stomach gonna be full, and if your team don't win, you still gonna be talking shit. Cause a diehard fan ain't gonna let no motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if the Bears ain't been to the Super Bowl since '87, but a motherfucker can't tell me that my Bears ain't the best motherfucking team to me, man. My Chicago Bears gonna be my team until they put me in the motherfucking ground, cause I watch them folks in the good through the bad. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's all about money, man. It is. Cause you see them folks out there sometime, and you looking at the point spread, and then all of a sudden, the quarterback got a chance to go on down there and, you know, at least get to 3, but the point spread is 4, and that motherfucker take a kneel down and let the clock run out. Make you run out in the field and say, what the fuck wrong with you, man? You know what I mean? It's just like in basketball, when you see a motherfucker he's right there by the rim and he runs around in circles, even though they up by 5, but if he hit that one more basket, that'll do it. You feel me? I don't understand it. It's like you said, it's all about that money now. They used to say when a motherfucker missed a basket or a field goal that somebody in Vegas got to have his family hostage because ain't no way that motherfucker missed that easy ass 10-yard punt that he on made 1,050,000,000 football kicks all fucking season. But when it come down to that money shot, that motherfucker hook it to the left. There's been a lot of motherfucking kickers in history that people still talk about to this day that hooked that motherfucker to the left, that could have hooked it to the right and went to the Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl. I won a big boy game and it all boiled down to the point spread, man. Ain't that crazy? It's boiled down to the point spread. I watch sports and I'm about to start doing like a sportscast show every night, you know, picking up on all sports. Because I like hockey, shit, I like soccer, I like football. Shit, only thing I really can't get into is like WNBA. You know what I mean? I can't get into it. You know, not because it's females playing. Because shit, I can watch females running down the court bouncing all day. But it just don't excite me. You know what I mean? Ain't enough to it, you feel me? But I can watch rugby, cricket. I can watch anything that where physical contact may happen. You know what I mean? I can watch some shit. Then I love talking about sports, and I talk about the news. You know, I don't really get into the celebrity gospel type shit, man. I back up off that type shit because you got enough content creators, YouTubers that don't do nothing but just chase clout, talking about rappers and people that ain't even relevant in the world to nobody, but shit, people that ain't even relevant. You know what I mean? People want to hear about the crime so they know where not to go and where not to do, man. When they vacation and taking their family trips, you know what I mean? Don't nobody care what rapper just got arrested or what rapper just got this. That doesn't matter to anybody that really got a life. You know what I mean? You see that shit and say, okay, I knew that was gonna happen. You see a rapper just got killed, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. You know, rappers don't live that long. Shit, they don't because they got to keep up that persona that they gangster, put a motherfucker in a bag type person, and then the internet, shit, send them goons out there. The internet got them motherfuckers online just looking at that chain swinging off that little young dude's neck, and they thinking, shit, next time he go live, I'm gonna see where he at, and he go live in the Waffle House on a main street where the address at, and then other people start. That's one thing about being like a celebrity or being a familiar face. You cannot hide. You know what I mean? You could be anywhere in the world, man. I ain't even like a celebrity, but when I be out in public in different states, people recognize me, man. They like, you that nigga off the internet. I be like, yeah, that's me. Most of them holler out, man. Soon they see me. They just holler out, man, just to see if I respond. And you know I always give them that, man. Let them know you talking to the right one. You feel me? But I also understand that when you do them type of things and you get exposed to the type of, you know, to the world, everybody ain't gonna like you, man. Everybody ain't gonna like you, and somebody might try you just for clout. Or somebody might just try you just to be trying you. Shit. Might not even be about clout. They might not even know who the fuck you is. These folks out here robbing NBA stars, and after they rob them, they don't even know who they was until them folks pick them up and take them to jail. They talking about, you robbed Grant Hill. Motherfuckers talking about, who the fuck Grant Hill? That's because they don't know Grant Hill is an NBA Hall of Famer that played basketball 25 years ago, and you ain't number 14 years old. And most of these young motherfuckers, they ain't watching sports. Them young motherfuckers either on YouTube, TikTok. Them motherfuckers watching World Star, where motherfuckers fighting and shoot them up bang bangs, and you know that's all them young motherfuckers do nowadays. The motherfuckers ain't watching nothing productive. They ain't watching nothing productive. Why you think all the views be on the most violent YouTube videos, the most silliest videos of people popping at each other? Them be the ones that people look at a million motherfucking times because they want to see violence and stupid motherfuckers. But now you ain't got them to watch my channel. I show you them stupid motherfuckers in live and living color in the real news. I don't show them motherfuckers no hood fights. I show motherfuckers getting put in handcuffs after they done something stupid. You know what I mean? Motherfucker went and robbed somebody for nothing. That's the motherfucker I want you to see, because if them folks let that little juvenile back out and you see him on the street, know he got the potential to rob you. So either D up and get around that motherfucker, you know, that'd be the problem, man. I think they should come up with like a juvenile channel. They should come up with a channel. I used to live in a state, I think it was Georgia. No, we lived in Tallahassee, Florida. They got a channel, they call it the Felon Channel. Then they got a Deadbeat Channel, where they play number deadbeat dads and mamas that's behind on their child support. They play that channel, they play pictures of motherfuckers all day long, 24/7. Then they got another channel where they don't do nothing but show nothing but motherfuckers that they looking for all day, 24/7. They show it all. They show every motherfucking thing. And I think they need to do it like a little crime thing. Anytime motherfucker get picked up juveniles and out here robbing and carjacking, put that motherfucker full face, rip that ski mask off his face and show the world, so when another motherfucker see him, they won't fall into the let him walk up on him, man. They'll put him to sleep instead of letting him get him. For real, man. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. I know it's hot outside, but it feels so good when that sun hits your body, man. That sun feel like when it hits your body, it give you that boost. It's like, get up out in the world, get your life, do what you do. Shit, I don't give a fuck if it's raining. I'll go sit out in the rain as long as I'm free and I'm alive. It ain't nothing like letting that rain, especially if it's warm outside. It can't be cold. But if it's warm outside, man, you go outside and just let that rain run over your body and just run off you. And then go take you a shower, man, you'll sleep for days. That's the most comfortable sleep you could ever have in your life. Go out there in that rain, let that rain run over your body for a minute. Then go in there and take you a shower and lay down. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, man. But until the night show, man, if y'all want to tune in, oh, I know you did. It felt good too, didn't it? It felt good to go out there. It rain, man, people don't understand that rain, like that rain make the grass grow real quick. Just imagine what that rain do to your body. It's got to be some special nutrients that's coming out that rain. That's why a lot of people got rain catchers, where they got a little filters that catch the rain, and then they filter it, and them folk boil that shit. Them folk use that shit to cook with, clean with. Them folk use natural water. They do that. They use natural water to do it. Shit, that water make shit. If the water make the plants grow, if the rain make the plants grow, it gotta make you grow. Oh shit. But yeah, tune in tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern when I do the night show. Night show with Chris Williams. Chris Williams Tonight Show. That's what we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about all the daily events, the crime and everything. You know, P. Diddy the most hot topic right now. I'm just really just been looking at all the newscasts because, you know, ain't no cameras in the building. So you got to catch when the people come out and do their briefings to the world and tell the people what went on in the courtroom. Then you also got to look at go online and you can pull up the documents that's been reported and filed in court, and then you read some of them. But I promise you, tonight I'll see you, man. Tune in tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern, where I'll be going up with Chris Williams. Man, it's a den, man. Man! I'm always going to keep it real.